Welcome everyone, welcome everyone, welcome everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the time I smoked at my girlfriend's family reunion. I've gone to my girlfriend's family reunion for like the past 3 years now, but this story was the very first year I went. Most of the people that were around me and my girlfriend's age smoked, so like all the teenagers and like young adults, but all the older people usually judge people who smoke. The only other person who smoked that was older was my girlfriend's dad. And he actually took us back into town from this family reunion to go get some bud in this cart, and he got some bud in the cart. So we figured that during the day we would just hit the cart when no one was looking, and at night when everyone was asleep we would go and smoke outside. We still had to be sneaky about it though, because this family reunion was at a state park and there was DNR all over the place all the time. The second night we were there, a bunch of people wanted to play Cards Against Humanity, and most of them were around my age, but a lot of them were way older than me. And as I said before, most of the older people didn't smoke, it was just the people around my age. This night though, a bunch of the adults had been drinking. They drank a bunch, like hard liquor, beers, everything. They were all messed up and they wanted to play Cards Against Humanity, but anyone who won the round had to take a shot. Everyone was cool with it. And then I said something about we should have to take a hit every time too, and surprisingly all the adults were cool with it. So we start playing, and every time you win a card you have to take a drink and you have to take a hit of this pen. My girlfriend's aunt kept winning over and over and over and over again. She won like the first 7 or 8 rounds and no one could believe it. So she took like 7 or 8 shots. She took a shot every time she won, and she was hitting the pen every time she won. So she was really cross-faded. At the state park they have like paddle boats and canoes and a bunch of different boats you can rent out to go on this lake. But they close at like 7 or 8 o'clock. And at this point it's like midnight, but my girlfriend's aunt wants to go on the boat. We try to tell her that it's closed and we can't go on there, but she's like 12 shots deep and she's smoking. She doesn't ever smoke, so she's really messed up. She's not listening to a word we say. She starts walking towards this lake, and all the other adults are messed up, so they're just cheering her on, telling her to go. She ran all the way down to the lake, jumped over the railing and got in one of these boats and was on the lake by herself, paddling the boat, drunk as fuck. She's yelling and screaming on the lake, making a bunch of noise, and everyone knew that DNR was gonna come up there because they're really bad at this place and they don't like people being loud at all. Not very long after, we seen some trucks coming up and we knew it was DNR. They started yelling at my girlfriend's aunt to get out of there, but she wasn't listening, of course, so they had to go and swim out there and get her. She was just on a canoe and she was really messed up, so she wasn't going very fast. They caught up to her really easily, but she was zigzagging all over the place, so it still did take them a minute to get her. When they got her out of the water, they told her that she just needed to go back to her cabin because that's what we were staying in, but she kind of refused. She wasn't ready to go back, so they had to take her there. But when they got inside, it smelled like dank. Her son was sharing a cabin with her and he smokes weed. He wasn't smoking a cart or anything like that. He was smoking a blunt inside the cabin. Once they smelled that, they knew that she was on something else and they kind of freaked out about it. They told her she needed to leave and that she couldn't come back. So they kicked her out, and they told all of us that were with her that we had to leave as well and we couldn't come back. So they kicked everyone who was playing with us out of the park. It's like 2 in the morning and we don't have any idea where to go, so we have to drive all the way back home, which is like 2 or 3 hours away. All the adults and parents were messed up, so all the people around my age had to clean up everything, go pack up, and we had to drive all the way back home. I know that most of the adults were mad about this and didn't talk to my girlfriend's aunt for a while, and she didn't come to their family reunion the next year. But that's it for today, guys. Let me know what you guys thought of the video. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. There will be more casino collection videos this week, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.